Hello and welcome back to Lore Master Caerula. This is a short video to round out the week, and I just wanted to harp on a very minor but very strange issue I noticed. So during the finals of the Venice of Things tournament, we get a brief showcase of the different teams that are watching the finals. One of them being Caerula Senguis herself, who was stated to be, quote, somewhere in space. So you may think, oh, that's nice, but isn't strange. Well, get this, by the end of the finals match, Caerula somehow managed to intercept Gunnm and kill him just as he was in the process of fleeing from Caerula. With that said, I want to spend the next part detailing why this doesn't make any sense. Firstly, we know Caerula wasn't on Caerula, simply because the tag states she is somewhere in space, which implies somewhere else besides the main setting of the Caerula, And the city she overlooks nothing like any depiction of Caerula we've ever seen. Secondly, let's take into account that when she left Caerula after the gun match against the Space Angels, round 1, she disappeared after she pretended to die, and escaped the same day as the rest of her team. Now why is this important? Well, simple, because remember the members of Gunnm had been on course to Mars to receive asylum. Now when the finals arrive, we know they still haven't made it to Mars. How? Well, we actually see them as one of the teams watching the final match, and they're still on their ship. The distance between the first round of the tournament and the finals, time-wise, is about a week. And finally, we know that Caerula isn't on the closest celestial body, being the moon, as the city Caerula stands over looks nothing like any of the structures we see on the moon. In short, it is physically impossible for the vampire to go from a celestial body in the solar system and make it to Caerula in the space of a single fight. So how exactly do I explain this? Did the writer simply make a mistake? Is he a fraud? Well, how would I know? What I can tell you though, as a Gunnm power scaler, there is potential explanations if you can go that route. The first thing we need to recognize is that dimension hopping, teleportation if you will, is a thing in Gunnm, where high tier characters can move their souls between dimensions. Alita does it when she hops into the dream dimension to see Lu, or Lao. Meanwhile, Donphan does this when he achieves enlightenment and his soul leaves his body and transcends. And again, Alita does this to enter Melgendeck and beat the absolute shit out of Mumbadi when she was dreaming. Of course, the obvious counter-argument would be that only the soul moves in these examples, not the body. So what we would need is someone just blatantly teleporting out of oh right. Yeah, Donphan, he just walks casually into another dimension. And given Mumbadi stated that Caerula was the strongest in the universe, notably when he believed Donphan was alive, because Zeka didn't tell him that Donphan was quote-unquote dead at the time, you could argue that as top of the verse, which Caerula would be, teleporting isn't out of the question. Or, maybe the author messed up.